me, community service is a way for people to help support the growth of their community. And it's something that, in my opinion, everyone can do. So over the years, East Palo Alto has been fortunate in that there are foundations and individuals who are willing to donate monies to the community. And I think that that's great, but money is not just is the final solution. It's people power. And to me, that's what community service is. It's people power.
Community service is important so you can give back to the community, like picking up trash on the streets, helping neighbors out.
Well, for me, community service is important because it builds self-reliance. You know, a community can depend on itself to keep itself clean, to depend on itself for safety, for education. So it teaches us to be reliable and responsible to one another.
Because almost all of my work in the community has been with young people. I started in first youth group in 1963, and I think every year since then that I've lived in this community, I've had a youth group. I think I do it because I really do. You hear the phrase a lot, our youth are our future, but not a lot of people invest the time and energy in helping youth to understand how they become the future. And so that's kind of been my thing, is to really show kids that you really are the future. And what you do, even as teenagers, is extremely important.
I guess I've devoted a lot of my life to community service because I've done so much wrong in this community that I feel like if they're going to give me the chance to give back, I have to take every opportunity available.
Just growing up, people have helped me. My family wasn't always there and wasn't there to support me. So it was the people in the community that helped me, support me through whatever it is that I was going through. So I felt like, as I got older, that's something that I wanted to do, is to give to those in the community who couldn't, families couldn't help support them, and whatever the case may have been.
I like to help out. I like to give back to my community. I feel like, we have a bad rep here in East Palo Alto, and I want to change that around because there's a lot of stereotypes and a lot of misunderstanding that comes from other places about East Palo Alto, and I want to help build a strong community.
It's important because of the changes that happens to young people that are engaged, and I can see the difference between kids that I work with and their behavior, their attitudes, their commitments to certain things is quite different from the general population of kids who are not engaged, who are just kind of, depending on their own peer group to give them guidance. So that's why I really think it's important for kids to be engaged, because of what it will provide for them in the future.
I think that community service, that young teens need to give back because it helps develop their character. It helps develop them as individuals who learn how to care about others, who learn that they can give back, and it's very rewarding. One of the reasons why I spend a lot of my time involved in community service and advocating for people to get involved in community service is that not only does it benefit the community, but it also benefits the individuals. There are a lot of things that we can learn through the process of giving back to our community, helping out with community cleanups, volunteering at some of the community associations, volunteering in the park with some of the leagues. The nonprofits in our community don't really have a lot of money to hire people to do all the work that they need to have done.
I feel like it's important for young teens to give back to their community because I don't even think they understand where they come from. The community that has so much culture, so much environment that they can learn and live from and grow from, they're just running through and tearing up. They don't understand that they can really help build and help the community that they come from prosper. And it's just it's important, like, really, because it's going to help them understand where they come from and help them find a sense of self, you know?
I think it's important for everyone to give back to the community, especially young teens, just because they're a big influence with their peers and everyone else. So monkey see, monkey do. So the teens that, you know, are showing good community service, community support, you know, in programs and everything like that, it helps boost the awareness, and it helps the community in whole.